Instead, I'd like to address my opponent's claims that Common Core is detrimental to our economy, that it is also detrimental to the future economy, and that the government is heavily involved in Common Core's implementation. Again, I'd like to address that their first claim that Common Core is economically detrimental. While I may have pointed out the costs, which, when considered on a national level, is not necessarily too expensive, they fail to address the potential outcomes. In fact, according to Forbes, Forbes performed a study of economic and educational programs that could be implemented to bring the United States back up to the top of the world education and world educational levels. And according to several experts in the field, there are 5 programs that could be done to bring the United States back up to the top 5, and with all 5 implemented, showing back to number 1. Common Core is one such program, and also according to the same study, with all 5 programs implemented, while it may cost $6.2 trillion over 20 years, the outcome would be $225 trillion gained over 80 years, which is certainly a huge profit compared to the costs. And of course, with education involved, then educational gains can't beat that, can you? That, I guess. Next, I would like to address their claim that Common Core is detrimental to teacher autonomy. This is potentially true if Common Core is interpreted the wrong way, but if interpreted correctly, teachers gain a whole lot more freedom. Under the former standards, teachers were pressured to continue and teach multiple subjects, going for quantity over quality. On the other hand, Common Core turns it the other way around, prioritizing quality education by spending more time on subjects rather than going from subject to subject. Actually, nationwide, 90% of teachers report having, according to James Crotty from Forbes, 90% of teachers reported having a good deal or great deal of control over their teaching methods, and the large majority felt encouraged to try alternative teaching approaches. One example of such alternative teaching approaches is use of Minecraft in education. According to the Atlantic Media Company, more teachers have been using Minecraft education in the classroom, and while the website while Minecraft hosts many pre-made servers, most teachers are actually making their own servers to teach their students. In fact, 98% of the downloadable worlds in the Minecraft EDU forums are in fact teacher-made. Thirdly, I would like to address the claim that the government is heavily involved in the production and implementation of Common Core, which is true, which might appear that way at first, but when you look more deeply into it, it is not true, because one Common Core's website explicitly states that the federal government was not involved in developing standards, according to Tom Kirster from PolitiFact. There is other evidence to support that, such as actually. My opponent mentioned the Barack Obama's Race to the Top initiative, which provides funding to states that implement certain educational changes to by reforming their education. Common Core nets a mere 40 out of 500 points necessary to gain the funding, which is rather small with all things considered. So, while it might be slightly incentivized, it's not entirely required to get the funding. In fact, it's quite easy to avoid Common Core if you're trying to get the funding from the Race to the Top initiative. And also addressing such government funding, it should be considered as less of a bribe or incentive and more of like an educational grant or a research grant, because also according to Bill Gates, in his research, when offering some of his money to support Common Core, he said, "We fund people to look into things. We don't fund people to say, okay, we'll pay you if you say you like the Common Core." So, in a sense, it's more of a way of encouraging states to look into improvement rather than just encouraging states to adopt certain standards. Thank you.